In this video, I'm going to show you how you can annotate drainage and utilities links on cross-section drawings. So if we just zoom into this first section here, we can see some examples of the annotation that you can add. So I've got a stormwater conduit here, and I've annotated its diameter and name. I've got a communications duct here, so I'm annotating its size and the feature definition. And I've got a trapezoidal section here, and on this one I'm annotating the start and stop invert levels. So let's see how this annotation is defined. So I've opened the design model. We can see the view of the 2D model here, and here's my stormwater conduit, my comms duct, and my trapezoidal channel. We can also see the cross-section name boundaries that I've already created in the 3D model and the cross-section view across the bottom. Now in this example, I've just created cross-sections along the length of the comms duct, but this could also have been done along a road centre line, for example. So from Project Explorer, we can navigate down into the Open Road Standards and the Annotation Groups, and if I expand cross-section drawing, there's an annotation group I've already set up here called Drainage. If I right-click and then click Manage, we can see how this annotation group's defined. So I've got 3 lots of point annotations set up here. So the location at the top of the dialog is where we define the feature definition to look for. So in this example, we're looking for this ditch concrete feature definition. In this one, we're looking for a conduit feature definition, and here a stormwater concrete. So you can see here we've got settings for leader, positions, offsets, that kind of thing. The text itself is being located at a rotation of 90 degrees, so you can see the placement settings here. And if I scroll down to the bottom here, you can see where we're defining the text style and the text favorite. Now, this particular text favorite is in my active design file, but some of the other text favorites that I'm using here are coming from a DGN library. So let's just make a note of that text favorite and go and have a look at it. So if we go to Drawing Production and click to open the text favorite manager, here's the text favorite that I'm using to annotate the stormwater pipe, and you can see that it's going to annotate the description of the conduit, and I've added a suffix here to note the diameter, and it's also annotating the name of the feature. So if I go and select the stormwater conduit and have a look at its properties, here's the description and here's the name. So I've already got my named boundaries set up. So if I open the named boundaries dialog, I can select my cross-section named boundaries. I've checked on the option to show the create drawing dialog, and I can click to create cross-section drawings. And here's where I select the annotation group. In my case, this is called Drainage, the one that we reviewed a moment ago. So I'll click OK. And here's the resulting cross-section drawing. We have another look at our stormwater conduit. For the 2021 Release 2 version, we've added extra properties that you can see here. There's more properties than have previously been available. For example, the number of barrels, the shape, some slopes, lengths, material, that kind of thing. If I scroll down a little further, there's a new drainage results category, and you can see for this particular conduit, we've got the full flow capacity, the actual flow, and a couple of other hydraulic properties. If I go back to my text favorites, I've set up a text favorite that can access those properties. So we're accessing the flow here from the drainage results category, and also the capacity. And I've added a prefix to each piece of annotation. So if we now go to our Explorer, remember that cross-section annotation is defined in our annotation group, and I'm going to manage the drainage annotation group. So for my stormwater pipe, I'm going to scroll down and say that I want to use a different text favorite, and I'll choose it here, so the flow and capacity. And then because I've already got my cross-section named boundaries created, I'll click to create the cross-section drawings again, remembering to change the annotation group to drainage. Click OK. And here we see the flow and capacity annotated for our stormwater conduit. If I need to add annotation for a different feature definition, I can go back and manage my annotation group. And then I can click the plus button to add a new point annotation. And then in the location field, I can browse. And as the text says, I can double click on point feature definition. And that brings me into this dialog, and here's where I select the conduit feature definition that I want to annotate. So if, for example, I wanted to add something for corrugated metal pipes, I can select the feature definition, click select, that puts it into the expression. I can click add and then apply expression changes, then I can close this dialog, and that's added the expression into the location field.